Welcome back to Build the Weight Loss Practice of Your Dreams. I'm your host, Carol Clark, and love is in the air. This is the month of February when I am recording this, and we're going to be talking this whole month about how to be the weight loss practice that patients just love. And you might think, Carol, love is a pretty strong term for my business, for my weight loss practice, but it's really not. It is something that is a great feeling for you, for your team, for your patients, and it can be created, but there is a method to the madness. There's a way to kind of make that happen. And it all comes down to really creating what we call brand loyalty. And brand loyalty means that people are in love with your product or your services. They really advocate for it. They are loyal to you. So brand loyalty is something that's really important. If you think about it, we use the word love, but don't you have some clothing stores or some restaurants or a car dealership or where you pick up some of your favorite supplies or your gym, whatever it is, you can create this sort of relationship with them. You do create that and you become very loyal to certain brands over time. And we want to talk about how to build that relationship so that happens in your practice, because it makes everything else in your practice a lot easier. So for me, I think there is about 6 different phases of any business relationship. And although we're talking about loving your practice, it really is a business relationship, and this happens no matter where it is that you're shopping or where people are shopping. But it all starts with first awareness, then an interest, and then some consideration that goes into it. And then fourth would be some commitment and a purchase. And then fifth is actually some loyalty gets developed. And then sixth is advocacy. So what do those 6 steps mean for your weight loss practice? Okay, well, let's break it down. The first one is awareness. You have to stand out. People have to be able to find you. We talk about this a lot, I know, but you have to stand out. And that means showing what it is about you and your practice that makes you different. Is it your, it all will get down to the relationships with the people there, but is it a certain clientele that you specialize in treating? Is it a location? Is it some comprehensive services? Is it your expertise? Is it some of the extra services that you offer? Is it how you package your products? All these different things play into how you are uniquely different. So you have to stand out. You also have to build interest, and interest is helping them get to know you. So you have to stand out, and then they have to get to know you. So that interest phase occurs, the awareness and interest a little bit together, all work towards how are you getting the word out there about what it is you offer, how it is unique, how you stand out in a crowd. And that's done through some local presentations, webinars. It could be done through your social media, some Google AdWords you may have, or Google Ads. You might have YouTube ads. You may have a podcast that you're running. You might have written a book. All these different things increase awareness and then interest, because people start to say, oh, I really like what he or she has to say. I really like what their team is saying. I love what they stand for. I love that they're green, that they're wholesome, that they're whatever it is that you're doing. But all those different things that make you uniquely you is what needs to get communicated and help build that interest with the people that you want to serve. The third thing is consideration. And so consideration is when people start to think, is this a good offer for me? Is this a good fit for me? I'm looking for weight loss. I have lots of options. Why should I pick this one? So when they are developing their interest, they really need to have clear communication of what it is that you offer. So it's a little bit about the shade, meaning the outcome that you provide. And it's also being very clear about what your offer is. What is it that, how is your services and products packaged? What do they have? And not to make it too confusing for them, making sure that if they're interested and they're considering you, that they know the next step to take and that they know exactly what it is that you offer. They can see it clearly on your website or as they've made a phone call to your office. They're making these considerations and they have lots of different choices. So it's time to clearly communicate what your offer is for them, what the outcome is that you provide, and how it is that you provide that in terms of your services, your products, cost, all of that. The next step is the decision or purchase. And for this, you need to sort of grease that sales process. So it needs to be an easy way for them to come in. You need to use language that is very clear for them, not like, we might be able to help you, or I think, or it's got to be really clear. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. We are so honored to be a part of your weight loss journey. Here is exactly how this works. And you outline exactly how they get to their outcome. And this is all, of course, after you've listened to what their goal is and you've kind of prescribed what the best treatment is that you have to offer. So you want to make sure that you are helping them along that decision making and that purchase. So as they're making their decision and as they're making their consideration, you do need to remain in front of them. So that's why it's so important to have them following you on social media, and also really getting some of their contact information so that you're reaching out with them on a regular basis via email, via phone call, via text, however it is that you communicate and how they say they prefer to be communicated with. So you've got to make sure that you've sort of greased that whole process for them to understand what you offer, how it works, what the outcome is expected to be, what the fees are that are involved, and lay that out for them so that they can make that decision of you, make their purchase. And then after that, it's really building that loyalty. And you have to give them lots of reasons to stick around. So what does that involve? It involves that communication with your team, knowing that they are important, that they are cared for, and that you are there for them, that you're holding them accountable. So you're giving that tough love. They need to know that when they come in, that they are recognized, that they are treated with dignity and respect, and that, you really do care about them. And this is where your team really comes into play, of course, each step of the way. But that loyalty, when they come in, they have to have a reason to stick around. So it could be your location, it could be the products and services that you offer, how they're packaged, the convenience, just the way they're treated. All these things play into that loyalty that they develop. Then, of course, once they experience their outcome that you've kind of laid out for them, that you've helped them attain, then they are just that much more loyal to you. So when I talk about reasons to stick around, that means, taking some of your, offering new things to them, new services, new products, making sure that you're keeping things interesting, that you, maybe if you do offer any sort of fitness classes, that you add some variety in there. If you do offer products, that you keep it interesting. You have little events. You always are bringing them back into that relationship and really helping to build that total loyalty. You can also do that a few other ways. You can have rewards programs where the more product they purchase from you, they develop some rewards and it ends up being sort of a cash reward. You can also offer some added loyalty by having some patient referral programs. You just need to be careful that when you develop these sorts of programs, you're not also actually cutting into so much of your profit that it's hard for you to survive. So you want to make sure it's a reasonable thing for them. And there's lots of different ways to package that and add a lot of value. So as you continue to add value, whether it's educational, whether it's your newsletters, whether it's your products, whether it's your loyalty program, whether it's your referral program, all those things help build that loyalty. And then that sixth step in terms of advocacy, now you need to really help them, give them some ways to help advocate for your practice. And that's in the form of testimonials and reviews. People don't think of that top of mind. They're busy, just like you are. So you have to actually bring it up and you have to encourage them to offer a testimonial or to share their review. And they start to just advocate for you. I mean, we even have little cards people can use. They'll say, hey, can I have some of your cards? I can hand them out to some people that need your services. You guys have been so wonderful and kind to me, and you've really helped me improve my health. I feel so much better. I have a whole new life. I want to share this with others. So you make that really easy for them. That's how you help them advocate. And the bottom line is we have an opportunity here. We have an opportunity to really improve the health of our communities. We have an opportunity to, so many physicians I work with, they may have worked in primary care or they've worked general surgery. Now they're working in bariatric surgery or they're specializing in weight loss. And they really are so grateful for the opportunity to really focus on health and wellness. We all have an opportunity to improve and focus on the healthy aspects, helping people get to better health on their continuum of health, get to that better point, and our patients are grateful forever for so long. It's something that's so rewarding, and we have an opportunity to increase more of that. So we want to make sure that we are building this whole business relationship, so to speak, that we are creating brand loyalty, because that's going to give you the opportunity to help even more people, and not only help more people but have a longer lifetime value of your patient. So there's so many benefits, and in fact we're going to focus a bit on those next week, and also some of the risks that are involved. But we have an opportunity. It also helps keep us accountable along the way, because we want to be practicing what we preach. So that's another added benefit, and we're working in an environment where it's focused on health, and not illness, which makes it so much more enjoyable and very rewarding, and your patients are so grateful. So we don't want to lose this opportunity. So we want to make sure that you're using that opportunity, and that you're reaching the most people that you want, because everybody wants a different size practice. We all have different goals for your practice, and that's why it's so great, because you can create whatever it is that you desire most, and whatever model that you want, online, on site, a hybrid, with products, without products, with fitness, without fitness. There's so many options to make it really enjoyable for you and your patients. So let's get working on that brand loyalty. I do have, as you know, always a free download for you. Go to weightlosspracticebuilder.com/free. You'll find many of them there. There's too many to actually keep on there all the time, but I do have one for this entire topic. And I look forward to talking with you next week, continuing this entire conversation about how to be the weight loss practice that people love, and refer to and come back to, all those good things that go along with it. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. If you have questions, or you want to talk through something specific to your practice, reach out to me, Carol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com. And I would look forward to that conversation. Anyhow, take care.